All right. Hello, impromptu live. It's a redo of what I did on, was it Sunday? A couple days ago. I had a live event that I tried to do for fun in the park, and my audio was so bad and no one told me. So I was on live for like 45 minutes, and I think I maybe only had 10 minutes that was actually audible. So I'm going to do the elemental weather report again live. My day has been very tiring. I've had issues with sleep deprivation. Um, I have had to drag myself out of bed because it's day one of my period and I just laid in bed all day. So I'm kind of fighting for my life out here, but I want to get the elemental weather report out in a way that it's audible and you can hear it and continue to use it for the rest of the month. So let me just jump in. The dominant element for October is light, which I consider to be a derivative of fire. So light is going to be bringing, okay, and also I'm outside, so it's a bit noisy, but light is going to be bringing us quite a bit of, hold on. Okay, hey everyone. Sorry, they had some weird military helicopters going by, but the elemental weather report, the dominant energy for October is light. So light is a really powerful energy. It's a derivative of fire, but it's more refined, and it's just a more refined, more elevated, more primal version of fire, which is the original kind of element that we think of when we think of light. But really, light came first and then came fire. So with the light element, we're going to have a deep mastery month, a month of exposure, but a month of good exposure. So basically what that means is that as October continues to move through the month, we are going to be able to have the light shown, all the places it needs to be shown. But I'm seeing that being a beautiful moment of kindness and divinity, where we're going to be able to see the hearts of other like-minded people more easily. So when I say exposure, it's not just about negativity, toxicity, and darkness. It's about exposing the light that exists within those who are actually carrying light. So October is easy for you to find like your tribe, to find like a twin flame, to find a community of like-minded people, to find people that you're happy with, or to be seen for who you truly are. Like if you're someone that's commonly misjudged or commonly has issues with finding friends or people, October can be a month where you can really be like, your beauty can be properly seen and you're appreciated for who you really are. If you've been treated unfairly, October is a beautiful month for vindication. It's also a beautiful month for freedom. So if you have been felt trapped in any kind of a way, the light energy, or that refined fire is really what it is going to come in and bring more freedom into your life. So you can find unexpected kind of like, I'm getting the energy of like almost like a popping, like you're dealing with something dark, you're dealing with something heavy and negative, and all of a sudden it's like the energy just kind of pops and you're out of that energy. Or kind of the energy of being put on parole, like you're getting taken out of jail and put on parole. So you're getting more freedom than you would normally get. The secondary element is earth. So earth is a beautiful energy for building, for growing. The energy of the fire and the light are going to be burning down things that need to be burned down. So you're going to find that things that are old, that are rotten, that aren't any good for you, that need to die, are going to be burned and will continue to fall away. But as that happens, you're going to be having the energy of earth as well, that's going to be coming in and helping you rebuild and build like a new house right alongside the house that may be burning down. So this is a beautiful beautiful month for creatives. It's a beautiful month for entrepreneurs. It's a beautiful month. Hi, J Dot. Hello. It's a beautiful month for marriage, for building families, anything that involves like hard work and effort is going to be supported through the energies of October, because if it's really for you and it's really on your divine aligned path, then what's going to happen is it's going to be a lot easier for you to build that, and the energies are going to support that, because as something dies, something new has to come in. Let me see if there's anything else that is coming in immediately that I should talk about. So October is a powerful month for us to understand ourselves as light, to understand ourselves as shadow, and to understand ourselves as light bringers in our own way through the world. So October is a month where you can really take a look at, where do I shine? Where am I the most beneficial to my community? Where am I the most beneficial to the people I love? And how can I show up better and brighter for all of us in a better and happier way? And as a result of that, bring more light to myself as well. So it's a elemental energy of beauty, of harmony. There's still challenges, but the focus is really just on bringing the beauty, the breath, and the life back into what has been a pretty difficult year overall, at least if you ask me. So it's going to be almost like a reset. I'm getting like a reset point as well. So I'm being brought back to the energies of the numerology of 10, which is 1 and 0, and how the 1 and 0s is a binary code that leads to the building or the coding of something new. So this is just a powerful month for creation. And I think from October 2024 to October 2025, it's going to be a month where those of you who maybe you do have a divine business, you do have a divine calling, are going to see exponential and some of the greatest growth in that particular venture that you have seen to date. So if you've been trying to get a business off the ground, or you don't know exactly what you want to do yet, but you have an idea that maybe you want to be a healer, or maybe you want to be a psychic, like from now and through the next year, it's going to be one of the most energetically supportive times to build and to grow in a new way in your career and in your divine calling. Is there any more channel messages that I should bring through right now? And I'm being brought back to the acronym of exposure. Again, I went through this on Sunday, but it was really spotty, so I'll try to remember it best I can. The E is for exercise, so exercise, new exercises, and strengthening exercises to build us into who we should be as divine beings. So challenges, but in a playful way. Like it's not going to be as heavy or as difficult as it's been before. It should be more of a playful, almost like a game, like a soccer game or something like that, where you're still doing your best, but it's not like so much is at stake, like you're like risking it all or putting so much on the line or going through so much heaviness. And that is beautiful, because we're still strengthening and growing ourselves, but not in a way that's super painful or super challenging. So that's the E and the word exposure, my acronym that I'm being given again for the month of October. The X is for X-ray, which is X-ray vision. So that is being able to pierce through things and people and to see the truth of who people really are and to make peace with that. The Man with the X-ray Eyes is a cool little cult video movie that you might want to watch. I mean, it has no relation to what I'm talking about, but that's the metaphor I'm being given, is having X-ray vision, being able to see through to the truth of who people are. And with that can come some overwhelm. There are some people whose gifts open too fast, or they see too much and they start to pull back, or they start to kind of go crazy. So that is a shallow element, but it's for a very small minority. I think the majority are mentally capable enough to handle these updates and these changes. Can you all hear me? Well, I guess if you couldn't hear me, you wouldn't be able to say. But I just want to make sure that my connection is good. All right. I'll just keep going. And then, so yes, X for X-ray vision. So EX, P and exposure. So the P is for perspective, new perspectives, new energies, a new awareness of where other people are coming from, an ability to adapt to that and incorporate it into your own in a happy and divine way. I'm having to spell out exposure in my mind. For those of you who are just joining, I'm going through an acronym that I was given by the divine called exposure, and each acronym has its own individualized meaning and theme, so I'm just going through that one by one. So you've gone through E, X, P, O. What was O for? O is for, I'm getting like updated operating system. And I think that's different than what I got on Sunday, but that's an elevated consciousness, an elevated way of connecting to the divine, just an uptick. So for those of you who have doing your work, you'll see an upgrade in October that will make life a lot easier. Expo, S is for sharing. So I'm seeing sureness and sharing. So a willingness to open your heart, a willingness to connect more, a willingness to just be closer to each other, and a willingness to just love more and to receive love and be love. And as a result, life getting easier because you're willing to share love. As U is for understanding, so understanding each other at a deeper level. I'm getting the energy of the heart chakra and the sacred rose heart, so connecting to each other's hearts more deeply and understanding each other on a deeper level. Welcome to people who've just joined. I'm just going back through the elemental weather report because I know I had technical difficulties on Sunday, so hopefully you can hear me. If you can't, let me know. But yes, U is for understanding. So we've gone through the acronym of exposure, EXPO, am I spelling it right? Yes. SX. I'm so out of it. I'm struggling to even spell today. Let me remember. EXPSU. Yeah, URE. Okay. So the R is for, what is the R for? I'm hearing reassurance or resonance is what I'm getting. Reassurance and resonance. So I'm being drawn to the energy of sound. So sound is a natural part of all that we are, or all that we're going through, and all that causes us to create in this world. Like light and sounds are the building blocks of this universe. And when you have an increased resonance, what you have is a more refined, more attuned vibration. So it's easier for you to build a more, I always want to say luxurious, but I know when people think luxury, they think materialism. So I'll try to come up with a different word, a more sophisticated and a more elegant vibration within yourself and within your consciousness that makes it easier for you to resonate that out and have a more refined life. So you'll be like surrounded by people who also are refined by you, or have an easier time attracting more refined experiences. So hopefully it won't feel as rough, as negative, as toxic as maybe it has been in the last few months, where I know I've been dealing with really difficult and challenging energies that are just not anywhere near the level of mastery that I am, and it just feels really harsh, like dealing with them. I feel like in October it's going to be easier for there to be like a greater refinement, and as that happens, those people will be replaced with more refined people, and you should see that in your lives as well and experiences. R and E, what was the last E for? It was elevated, what was it? Elevated something complexes. It's elevated mental complexes. Okay, yeah, so that is an elevated mental state. Anxiety plagues so many, and that can lead to downward spirals. It can lead to, repeating of certain traumas. October is really the month where we'll have an elevated mental, it's elevated mental complexes. So when that happens, you'll have a stronger, more refined mind just naturally. Like hopefully you will also be meditating and stuff to build that up. But October is, and that light energy is going to bring in more truth, which will give you a stronger, more grounded mind, which will make it easier for you to go through your day-to-day life and not make it worse with your thoughts, or like to beat yourself up with your thoughts. So yeah, that is what the E stands for as well. So the recap, the elemental weather report that I'm doing again live for the second time, is light is the dominant energy. Light is kind of a derivative of fire, but light is the original fire. And that is going to bring us more sophistication in our energy, more resonance in our energy, which will allow us to attract more refinement to ourselves, which means that it should be an easier, more lighthearted month overall. Not to say there won't be difficulties. I'm still feeling that there's a shadow element. And let me tap into that for a second. The shadow element. I think it's struggling with what we see. Like that's the big one, struggling what we see, struggling with what we know as the result of this light. But the guidance is to focus on the good that's being revealed and to continue building, like using that earth energy to build and to grow. So that's it. Thank you so much. I hope that you were able to hear that. If not, I don't even know. Have a great day. Thanks so much.